Hey everyone, how we doing? Coach Julie here from Bodies by Cloudy, and today we are going to talk about, are you eating enough? And I get this question all the time. Julie, how do I make sure I'm eating enough? How do I know if I'm eating enough? Right? That is a two big questions I get all the time, and it's hard because there's so much misinformation out there of how much people should be eating, right? And it's sort of based on individual needs, but there's also a pretty basic formula for each gender. So, women, I'm just going to talk about women because that's mostly the people I train. Women need normally 1,500 calories a day, okay, especially an active woman. So, that you're like, whoa, wait a minute, like I only need 1,000 calories a day. No. So, 1,000 calorie to 1,200 calorie diets are low calorie diets, and you're putting your body in what we call starvation mode. And you start to store fat, and there's so much more we can get into, but that's not the point of this video. So you need to be eating at least 1,500 calories a day. Well, how do I do that? Well, the simple thing is you need to start tracking. So a simple tool to start tracking your workouts is MyFitnessPal, right? It's free, and you can track your food. And that gives you a good idea of how many calories you're eating now, okay? And, using MyFitnessPal is work, okay? I don't personally use it because it's work and I don't have time for it. I pretty much know from doing this for a living and doing, tracking calories and all that stuff for a while, what I'm generally eating in a day. And I also know how I feel the next day if I didn't eat enough. Okay, so you're going to also start to feel that way if you stop tracking once you get used to it if you didn't eat enough. Okay, so all of that is something you're going to get used to. But step one, start tracking your calories. Everything you put in your mouth, start tracking. And then we can get into whether or not you're eating enough protein, carbs, fats, or if you're eating too much of a certain thing, right? So, but you really just want to be eating enough, because if not, your body's going to store those calories for when you need them, or you're never going to need them, so they're just going to store them, and that's how you gain weight, by not eating enough, right? And now if you're exercising and you're not eating enough, you're tearing muscle and you're destroying muscle, which isn't good. So, the real basic thing is, and I can say time and time again, is track your calories. You want to aim between 1,300 and 1,500 calories a day. If you're exercising, you want to be closer to 1,500. Okay, and I don't mean just going for a walk. If you're just going for a walk, you can stay between 1,300 and 1,400 calories. But if you're exercising, you're doing high intensity classes, you work with a personal trainer, you really want to be aiming towards 1,500 calories. And now, obviously, as you age, this is going to get a little bit less. And now you don't feel like eating. Well, have a shake. Do something that's going to increase those calories. Have heavy calorie meals. That will help with it, right? So you really just have to figure it out and figure out what works for you. All right, so whether or not you're having a bigger breakfast or you're having a bigger dinner, it doesn't matter where you get those calories in. It doesn't matter if it's after 6 p.m., right? If you're doing intermittent fasting, then it matters. But if you're not, just make sure you're getting those calories in, and you'll start to feel a huge difference in how you feel all day. But the most important thing is you need to eat. And you don't need to just eat 3 meals a day. Eat throughout the day. If you can't get those calories in. And eventually you're going to. My, general rule is have breakfast, have a morning snack, have lunch, have an afternoon snack, and then have dinner, right? And if you have a big enough dinner, you don't really need a snack. But if you need a small snack afterwards just because it's habit, that's fine. And limit your calories from beverages, and I myself have a relatively low carb diet when it comes to starchy carbs, because I like to drink my carbs. I love beer. So, you have to be able to plan also and figure out where you're getting your calories from, so you're not going over, okay? Because you don't want to start tracking your calories and start eating like crazy. Now you're eating 1,800 calories a day, right? So you can easily get 1,500 calories if you go to like Wendy's or McDonald's, right? But you don't want to do that. So you want to be eating whole foods and healthy foods, and you can throw in some snacks and some junk food. You don't have to worry about the whole clean thing. Like, is your food dirty? Like, I don't get the whole clean thing, right? Like, you don't need to worry about clean eating. just eat food that's not processed, more than food that is processed. And you're going to see results. And more importantly, you're going to start to feel better. So, bottom line, if you don't think you're eating enough, or you don't know how much you're eating, start tracking your calories. It's a simple answer. You don't know what's going in if you're not tracking, okay? So get MyFitnessPal, get a calorie tracking app, and figure it out. Don't worry about how many calories they're telling you to eat, because they're probably wrong. So between 1,300 and 1,500 calories is what you need if you are a female. All right? Any questions? Drop them in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video.